that you saw the unboxing and all the goodies I got, let's do a deeper dive into the actual looks. I ended up getting 3 of the singles, and this is what the packaging looks like. It's actually a size of Chanel that I've never seen, and I've never tried the original like mono eyeshadow. So this is a new product for me, and I'm sure there's some other diehard fans out there who remember when they were doing these singles, but this is, again, I wanted to try these out. So I had a hard time picking which one I wanted. So I ended up choosing one where I wanted to do like an everyday one and done, and so I wanted to try all 3 of the formula. So 1 matte, 1 shimmer, and then the topper kind of multi-chrome. So I knew this was going to be an everyday shade. This is the taupey one. This is the color 236 BRUN TALPA and a satin formula. Again, this says it's a multi-use long wearing eyeshadow, and it's about 0.06 ounces of product, or 1.9 grams, made in France. And it does come with these really cute brushes. I don't know if I'll use them, but in a pinch, if I were traveling, I might use them. So this first one is like dual-ended. It says Chanel. These are brushes and angled for precision. And then the traditional sponge. And they both amazingly fit in there. Packaging for the 4-pan shadows. It is smaller, so you can see what that looks like compared to the 4 pans. A little bit smaller. And then I wanted to try one of the matte shades, so I ended up getting, of course, the purple one, and this is LILAS Poudre 232, and this is the matte shade. 232 LILAS Poudre matte. So pretty, and it matches the color of Immortelle, the nail polish that I got earlier last year. And then the last color that I got was, I wanted to try this topper shade, and this is 222 Jade FACETTÉ, and it's a metallic topper shade, and it's definitely a duochrome. So I'm grabbing a Sonia G Classic Crease, and my eyes are already prepped. And one thing I did notice when swatching these are not just powder traditional. That feels pretty creamy, and there's definitely some kick up in here while I'm using this. So that could be a good or bad thing, but it comes with this little mirror. I'm going to use it. And let me see what this looks like just in my crease shade. Nice. This is definitely like a one and done kind of shadow. I think there's so many shadows that have this taupe shade. What I'm looking at is really the formula. Because what's nice about Chanel is that it has kind of like an elegant, impactful look, but not super editorial, but in real life it just looks really, really nice and elegant. Okay, just putting that, and one could just put that all over, and actually just let me show you what that looks like just slightly. You can use that all over the eyes, and that's a one and done. It reminds me a lot of course, Beige Mitza, which I can do a little swatch comparison in a bit. I can tell already it's not as creamy or shimmery. That Beige Mitza I have to be careful of. It's beautiful, but if I want it to be a little less impactful, I had to go in lighter because it's pretty shimmery, and it's more foiled. There's more of a shimmer effect on this Dior one, but this one is a little bit more subtle. Definitely a one and done. I'm just going to take any leftover I have down here, and I'm going to move on to the matte shade, the Lilas, and I'm going to take more of a packer brush. Yes, I'm going to go with the soft shader Sonia G, and then this Lilas shade here. Tap off any excess. Just putting that all over my mobile lid. Pretty. It layers really nicely. It's very light, so I would say if you wanted more of a purple impact look, maybe you might want to lay concealer down, or don't put any other color down before. Or you can use what I like to use is the Intensifies Wand by Pat McGrath. There's not much kick up, so that's good. It's very easy. It reminds me a little bit of the Visi Art shadows, so it's very nice. I like it. It matches my nail polish. And again, if I wanted more of an impact, I could certainly put it on my finger and just lay that product across. Okay, and I did get a little bit more impact in laying that down. Okay, now we're going into the Jade color 222. It's a multi-chrome, and let me just do a swatch here really quick so you can see what that looks like. So pretty. Definitely a shift. Yellow, blue, like teal, green shift. I'm pretty sure I have other shades that are similar to this. It doesn't feel like slick, so it shows me it doesn't have a lot of silicone, but there's no glitter particles in here, which is nice. It does remind me a lot of kind of, I would say like DANESSA MYRICKS has done a shade like this, and maybe Suku, but Suku tends to be a little bit more glittery. Okay, I'm grabbing a Smith 253 brush, this one here. And then where I put it down here, you can definitely see the green shift. I think in actual like IRL in real life, you can see more of the green shift. I'm not sure if it's picking it up on camera very well, and it could be my camera, it could be my lighting. I'll try again with my iPhone later on. And that's something in my videos that I do. I film with a Sony, but sometimes I actually try to take pictures and video with my iPhone Pro Max, just because I think the iPhone actually has a little bit better, like, realistic colors than the Sony sometimes, depending on lighting. Cute, so fun. And then I'm just bringing some across here. And this is new, I think, for Chanel. Like they have one that was white with pink shift, and I was thinking about getting that. But the reason I didn't is because I have a lot of that color, whether it's DANESSA MYRICKS or Pat McGrath, and I love green, so I really wanted to try that. And I think of this is a spring summer collection, and when I think of spring summer, I think of purples, yellows, and greens. So that's why I stuck to kind of getting the purple matte and then the green shift, and then of course the taupe is like an everyday easy color. And I'm going to take a Sonia G Pencil Pro brush and just tap it into here, and then run that under here at the bottom. Really, really easy shades. Again, I've never tried mono colors from Chanel before, so I'm excited to try these. For me, this is a novelty, so I'm glad I picked up the colors that I did. And let me finish my eye look, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I finished the eye look. I used 3 different liners. I used this Gucci Amethyst on the bottom just to kind of contrast a little bit more of the purple. On the top liner, I used this YSL Crush liner, this one, YSL Crush liner. I'll link everything below. And then I always finish with a liquid liner. This is my holy grail liquid liner. This is the SURRAT Autographique liquid eyeliner in purple. For my bottom lashes, I use the Lisa Eldridge Kitten Lash Mascara because I love how it gets the small lashes. This is such a wonderful mascara. I've actually been reaching for this a lot. And then my one lash mascara where I like volumizing. This is my favorite one for volumizing and like lengthening and making really more dramatic lashes is the Chanel Volume de Chanel in black. And this is what the eye look looks like. It reminds me so much of an Easter look, and that's kind of what I was going for. At least for the eyeshadows, I feel like this is the product where the new creative directors were like, okay, we can have some fun with this part of the collection curating. There are some basic colors there, and then there's some colors that I think that are like, you know, like these multi-chromes that are a little bit edgier and more fun. So for me, I knew this was a spring summer collection, so I decided to get the purple, the green here, and then the taupe, which can be obviously used as a crease shade or an all over one and done. And if I wanted to go more dramatic, which I'll show you that I can do with this this one here, is just grab, you know, I'm just grabbing Wayne Goss number 4 brush and just putting more on there. And I often do this with my makeup, that I have to see what the final look looks like, and I sometimes just add more because I have an interesting eye shape where I have to kind of bring up a lot more of the product up here. So pretty. I think this is such a fun but also still elegant on brand kind of look for Chanel. So I also did get the mascara, and I'll do a separate at a video at the end. What I did is I didn't want to use this mascara with this look because I figured out how I wanted to best use this. I didn't want to use it with lilac on lilac. That didn't make any sense to me. So when one is using these kind of like editorial colors, it's such a beautiful color that you want to use color theory. When I think of complementary colors for lilac that will make it pop, I think of yellow, like an orange sheen, like the sunset, or a gray, like a blue gray, that would make this pop. So I'm gonna again do more looks of this, but at the after I do the rest of my face, I'll add on the video of me using this lilac mascara and then showing you what it looks like putting the mascara down first, like black mascara, and then this, and then what it looks like when you put a complementary color mascara or eyeshadow, and then it just kind of changes the entire look. So just hold on for that. Let's move to these Slay Beige Healthy Glow Sun Kissed powder. So they are marketing these as powders, but of course a lot of us when we saw them were like, oh, it's a highlighter, bronzer, and blush all in one. Saw these and I'm like, well, I guess you could swirl it and use it all over your face, but I don't know. I might play with it in another video. I just think that it might look muddy. So for this review, I'm going to use them separately. These are huge. So last year's, I think these are last year's or 2 years ago, the Les Beige, they came out with this powder. So they do this every year, so far as what I remember. The Les Beige Oversized Healthy Glow Sun Kiss Powder. And I ended up getting this in Sun Bath Deep. So it's about the same, it's the same size, right? The packaging, both of these are 15 grams and 0.53 ounces. This is one of my favorite powders, or what I really call it is a bronzer. It's a bronzer, and it's the same size and same amount of product. And so I'll do some, like actually a little bit of swatch comparison here. I ended up getting the deep rose gold color, this one here, and this one is the medium coral. If I tilt it, you can see the actual color. So often with products, sometimes if you put it in direct lighting, it blows it out. So this here, if you can see, that's really how it looks in real life. You can see it has more of an orange pop of color, and that deep rose gold is definitely deeper. So this is the Sun Bath Deep from I think 1 or 2 years ago. This is that Chanel Les Beige powder, or what I call the bronzer. And then let me grab the deep rose gold, and I'm just going to swatch the middle shade, which I'm going to use as a bronzer. Ooh, that's a lot deeper. Okay, and then the medium coral here on my pinky. It really jumps. It really is a jump here of shades. Okay, so this is Sun Bath Deep from 1 or 2 years ago. This is the deep rose gold bronzer. And then this is the medium coral. That's exactly what I would thought I got would be. So that's why I got the deep rose gold. I had a feeling this was going to run like a little bit too orange. It reminds me a little bit of the tone of what I'm seeing with the bronzers from Dior that just came out, those glow bronzers. It's a little bit too orange from what I wanted, but that's not bad. I mean, I think it's like, I could probably use it as a blush too. Okay, so let's do deep rose gold and this shade up here, and the pan is big enough that you can probably fit your brushed hair. Like there, it does pick up some color here. I don't think there's any shimmer in there is what I'm seeing. And my closest foundation shades are in the description box below. Okay, I just don't know. I'm trying to think if I should build it up more just so you can see, because I want other people who are deeper complected than me, I want them to see if this is actually going to show up on them. So I'm just going to keep going to see, so you can see how buildable it is. Okay, so that is the blush shade for the deep rose gold. The And then a medium coral blush, this one here. And then going in with my Sonia G Cheek Pro. I'm gonna put my cheek down so you can see how much more coral that looks. Very coral, much more orange. This is more red. And actually, I feel like the coral definitely pops more and shows up more on my skin tone than this. I had to actually work more on this side. Let me try a different brush. And I'm going to put my cheek down because I think you might be able to see it more. Yeah, I think it was the brush. Okay, so this is definitely more rose colored. So if you're into more like rosy kind of muted colors, this is probably a better one. This is definitely coral. I'm gonna tilt it. Medium coral, deep rose gold. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Now, why don't we go into the shimmer shades, which people have been using as kind of like the highlighter. Okay, so let's go into Deep Rose Gold. And it's this one. And this is a Sonia G Detail Pro. And of course it can fit in here because it's a tinier brush. Okay, and using the mirror because it's big enough, which is really lovely. I'll get in closer so you can see. It's definitely, there's a gold peachy sheen to this one. Yeah, I definitely see some gold flecks. It's not glitter, but there's more, it definitely, you can see it. What I was hoping that this formula would be a little better in hiding some texture, but I am definitely seeing some texture here with this highlighter. It's still pretty though. Okay, I cleaned off the brush and then going into the same brush. Something I'm just gonna note, and I know I'm being super nitpicky, is that you know how they have vertical lines across there, it's tilted ever so slightly to the left. If I look at it, it's not completely horizontal, like if, you know, like if I were taking a leveler, for those of you who do building and artist stuff, of the bubble to see if it's actually excuse me, completely horizontal. It's not. It actually tilts a little bit to the left. So I don't know if you can see it. It's not completely level there. There's like an angle to it. It's just really something that nitpicky for me, but I notice it. Okay, so let's go into the medium coral, the highlighter up here. And I didn't put any highlighter on here. That's actually probably my natural, well, you know, actually I think it could be the blush or from the primer, but we'll add this here. Yeah, this is more of a Prosecco kind of champagne color. The other is definitely more, it's deeper. It's for a deeper beauty. I think it's gonna look prettier if you're like true tan to deep. I think that's gonna be your or deeper, actually, just deeper than me. It's gonna be a better palette for you. And I'm gonna guess that this palette is for someone who is like a light medium, and I'm like medium tan, so I'm just really trying to figure out which one is gonna be best for me. I do like this highlighter more just because it looks a little bit more like kind of like a wet effect. It definitely has a beamy effect, and I don't actually see as much texture on this side, whereas this, it doesn't look as seamless. In a little way it looks a little bit muddy for me, which tells me that it's probably not an exact, like the best color palette for me. Medium coral highlight on this side, and then deep rose gold highlight on that side. So this is the deep rose gold, and the sorry, I can't move this finger. This one is medium warm. This is the deep rose gold. So you can see definitely it's warmer. And let me just do a little swatch for you if you can see here. Okay, Now we're going to go into the bronzer. For the deep rose gold side, I know this is deeper than Sunbath Deep, so I'm going to have to go probably pretty light on this. And I'm using my Chikuhodo cheek brush. I think it's a Z8, and it's squirrel hair, so it does fit in there. It does have some pickups, so I'm going to dab it a little bit. Yeah, I can see it's already pretty pigmented. Ooh, I definitely look chiseled. I think this is like, when I'm tan, this is gonna look so pretty. I just feel a little bit like a bronzed goddess here. Okay, now it's coming together. Was not sure if this one was gonna work well, but should I do it? I think I'm gonna do it. I feel like these could go blended together and this would make a really pretty bronzer because this is pretty matte. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna use both of these and then tap some off. Okay, clearly used too much, but I just want you to see how it can be used, especially given your skin tone. Like, this is gonna be so pretty if you're deeper than me. What I wanna do is actually buff it out a little bit. What I'm gonna do is just kind of buff in the product. Deep rose gold, tell me what you think. Okay, so I'm back. I buffed out the deep rose gold a little bit, but I feel like I lost a little bit. That's fine. I'm just going to go a little bit more back with the bronzer. Oops. Beautiful. Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to go into this one here, and I'm using a Fox Hair F03 brush, this one here. It's pretty fluffy, so I'm going to pinch the ferrule a little bit, and it does... it picks up a lot. I think it's a little too much. So what I'm going to do is just like bounce it here because I can see that it came out. Do you see that? It came off. So this does pick up really a lot of product. So just be mindful of that. Okay, already seeing what I like and don't like about it. This is like tan person, medium olive problems per thing. Like, I knew this. Okay, the bronzer is too light and it's too orange for my preference. I mean, it makes a very, very orangey bronzer, which I mean, to me, this looks like not bronzer. It looks like blush, which I'm not going to say I'm not mad about, but it's supposed to be a bronzer for me. Oh, the quandary. Okay, so this is medium coral, and this is deep rose gold. Medium coral, deep rose gold. I definitely feel like because of this highlighter, this side looks really, really glowy. It's not a bad thing. Let me know what you think. And I have my hair up on purpose today. Sometimes I feel like when I do my hair, when I put it down, it looks like really pretty, like as a pretty look, but it distracts from you looking at the makeup, which I know you're all here for. Medium coral. And then deep rose gold. Are you curious to try the new Chanel Noir Allure LILAS mascara, but are not sure how to use it? Well, watch my video here and I'll show you how. First, you put down a black mascara, and as any base, if you put down a darker color and then a lighter color on top, the lighter color will definitely pop. So here I use black mascara first. After it dried down, I use the LILAS mascara on top, and it just makes the contrast that more beautiful and just really fluttery. I feel like I have butterflies on my eyelashes. I also then looked up complementary colors to the color lilac, and the shades that came up were yellow, coral, orange, and gray. So on the left I have the yellow eyeshadow, which was really fun contrast, and then on my right I have a corally orangey pink. And these are such fun colors as we head into like Coachella, festival season. I'll definitely be wearing this lilac mascara for some concerts and evening events, and when I just want some fun editorial looks. Have fun with it. Okay, beauty fam, I am back and I put some lipstick on. I used one of my favorite nude lipsticks. And I can't find it. It's a demi malt, and I'll link it below. I didn't want to use a too powerful of a lipstick because I didn't want it to kind of distract from the rest of the look. Okay, so let's talk about the collection. In the clip before, I showed you a little bit of the LILAS mascara. This is a fun one. I have to say, just right off the bat, it's got a weird smell. I don't know if it's this formula or because of this color. Okay, sorry, I had to put my hair down. It was starting to hurt my head. So my hair is really thick, so sometimes when I put it back, it hurts. NOIR Allure mascara. This is the first time I'm using it, so I've never used this formula. Again, I'm like a diehard Volume de Chanel. This is kind of the size in comparison. It feels weightier. It has like this pop-up mechanism. Super cool packaging. If you're interested in trying out Lilac mascara, go for it. It's fun. Hi beauty fam, I just finished filming my Chanel Summer Les Beige collection. I have on this side of my face the deep rose gold, and on the other side of my face I have medium coral, this shade here. And then on my eyes I have 3 of the new eyeshadows. I don't know actually if they're new, but new to me. And I have on my crease shade, I have the BRUN TALPA 236, this one here. It is very similar to BEIGES Mitza, but not an exact dupe. And I'll do a comparison on the video for you. And then on my mobile lid, I have 232 LILAS, this beautiful purple color. I love it. It's a matte shade. And the first one is a satin one, the taupe. And then for funsies, this is the one that surprised me. My inner corner, and then down here, I put it around here. I feel like it's a butterfly effect. It's beautiful. It's the 222 Jade. It's a duo multi-chrome green with a shift of little blue and silver. I love it. I think this is I love the eye look. I definitely have thoughts on the Les Beige powders, or some of them people are using them as bronzer, highlight, and blush. I definitely have thoughts on them. So let me know what you think of this look so far.
I'm going to start the final review because I had some audio challenges with my other assets. So I'm going to say that you don't need this powder combination, this 3-in-1. I do think it's great, especially if you're traveling or you just are kind of new to makeup. It's great if you can find the color or the palette that matches you best. So far I've been using a lot of the medium coral just because I'm like a medium tan, but as I get a little deeper through the summer, I'll definitely be reaching for this one, the deep rose gold. I'm glad I got both because I definitely have like 1 to 3 shades that I have depending on the season. And then I would say the LILAS mascara is fun to get if you just want to try something fun, but definitely not a need. The favorite part of the collection definitely for me are these eyeshadows. My favorite is the green one that I just showed. And obviously I love purples. So I love all 3 of these if you want to try any of them. And I just think these are great everyday shades. Remember to subscribe, comment, and like below. Helps out engagement on my channel. Until the next video, beauty fam, take good care of yourself. Bye.